Welcome to my platform. Welcome, everyone. Today's topic is being concerned about others. We live in a chaotic world to begin with. And what I have realized that the world is chaotic and the world have lost its love for one another. And when I say the love for one another, and I know and I realize that we're living in a different time, but we all have a heart and we all have a conscience. But some of us tend to our conscience. You know what I mean? When I say tend to it, I mean that some of us really monitor and see that we're doing the best to our ability to not hurt anyone, not harm or do any neglect or anything like that. So my concern is that the love that we have for one another is growing wax, it's growing cold. And that doesn't mention the fact that as far as business, healthcare matters, the service that some of us receive, and the reason why I am bringing this topic up today is because, I continue to see things. And so when it hit home, it's really an eye-opener when it hits home. And I have always been the person that would try to do my best to please everyone that I come in contact with doing services with. So it disturbs my heart to once again tell you about the nursing homes and the hospitals and how they have become overworked. A lot of them are overworked. I get that. I understand that it's a shortage of nurses and maybe it's a shortage of doctors. I'm not sure, but they are so overworked, some of them, and their intentions probably be good, but they're just so overworked and that they are tired and exhausted. And when you get to a point where you're tired and exhausted, you're gonna make mistakes. But when you get to a point where your loved one is in a facility and it's up to the facility to make sure that they have staff around the clock, make sure that they are fully staffed. So most of them are not fully staffed. I'm not sure if because the licensure, people just overworked, or just people just don't want to work, or the facility doesn't care enough for the residents. Now I have saw that over and over and over again firsthand, that most of them really doesn't care as long as they get the funding and the grants and the residents' income. Because the reason why I say that, if that's all that comes out of a person's mouth about funds, it throws up a red flag to me, because I'm talking about patient care and you're talking about the funds. You're not asking about how is the patient, or what can I do to improve or help and etc., etc. You're study talking about funds, and you're not doing anything about being short-staffed. So when I began to talk about self-care, the care of a resident, and I'm talking about the staffing that is going on, and what I see in a facility, and what I see that the people are short-staffed. They not get the proper care that they deserve. They have worked all their life and have got to this point in their life, that they really can't enjoy life due to the circumstances that are being issued out in some of these facilities. So once again, I would say, if you have a loved one or some friends or family or anyone that you know that are in facilities, nursing homes, hospitals, go and check on them and ask the right questions. Ask the right questions. Make sure that your family members and whoever's in that hospital or facility are being taken care of. You know, just don't take a person's word, because a person can give you some information that is not true. And the reason why I say that, because it has happened to me, okay? And when I found out that this staff member, and she was a nurse and an administrator, so when I found out those two was in it together just to keep the stats and the numbers up, then yes, I began to file a complaint. And I began to file a complaint, and they did an investigation. So, you know, I can imagine that most of these people who are in these facilities never would have thought that they would be in a place that did not care, and the only thing they care about is the stats, the numbers, and the funding, and the funds that's coming in. When it gets to that point, I feel like, and this is just my opinion, my own personal opinion, I feel like it's time for a person to step away and really examine themselves to see if they are in the right professional field that they need to be in, because these are human lives that you are putting in jeopardy. For one thing, they not cattle, they not herd, they not animals, they are not something that you can just put a number on and just auction off, okay? But these are real humans that we are dealing with each and every day. And you know, you have to have a compassion when it comes to helping people. I help people every day, and I don't want to get to the point to where I'm just in the professional for money. I don't want to get to a point to where I just don't care. So, you know, that's why it's so important for me to examine myself in a professional field that I am in. And I know everyone is not going to think like I think, you know. I have been doing what I do over 20-some years. And, you know, most people, when they do something that they started out loving, and as the years progress and move on and they get older, they sometimes become relaxed, and they sometimes don't have the vibe and care for people like they used to. So we have to be so careful to realize that, you know, these are human life that we are dealing with each and every day. So I just want to put that out there today. And, you know, I thank God that he turned the situation around. It could have been worse. But I'm just asking everyone who is watching this to please check on your loved ones and ask the right questions. Ask the right questions, do your research, and always look up the hotlines if you need their assistance as well. Abuse, neglect hotlines are out there. You know, 211 is out there as well as 911. So I just wanted to put that out here once again. So it continues to happen, and I will continue to advocate for those who do not have a voice. I am their voice, and I will continue to advocate for those who cannot advocate for themselves. So y'all have a good day, and I will see you soon. Make sure you like, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.